What is going on, everybody? I hope you are having a great week. Today we are back in Nano Corner. Lots of exciting things this week. Got some new plans for the Cobalt 8 gallon, some new fish coming in for the Fluval Spec 5, and I'm even throwing in a little bit of hydroponics in there. So stay tuned. Alright, so looking in at the Fluval 8 gallon here, first off, as you can tell, the guppies are still doing great in here. There are still a bunch of fry, which is awesome. But the most notable things are the new plants that are in here. I got these in a little earlier this week from Dustin's Fish Tanks, and they are awesome. My favorite of the bunch has to be this red plant towards the back. So that red plant back there is a new type of plant that I'm trying out, a Myriophyllum. And it's going to serve as a replacement in this tank for the Altalanthera reinekii, which was doing okay at first, but has pretty much almost completely melted away. But this Myriophyllum should do a little bit better with the lighting in this tank, hopefully. And so far, since I put it in this tank, which is only a few days ago, it's already sprouted some new leaves at the top and is growing pretty well. So it's showing some promising results already. I also got in some Hydrocaudal tripartita, which is the clover plant, which is that one right there, front and center. And I also got in some Crypt Parva to replace the Crypt Parva I had in this tank, which had been completely overrun with algae, so I had to go ahead and get rid of it to clean out the majority of the algae that was on it. There's still a few pieces of it down in the substrate, but I figured while I was ordering plants, I'd get some more of that. I also got in a different species of Rotala, Rotala macaranda. And I did also get a couple of Bucephalandra species, which I am looking forward to playing with. This is my first time messing around with Buse. So I am hopeful. I'm seeing new growth on those as well already so far. And I think all of these plants are just going to really add to the look of this tank, help give some more cover for the guppy fry and any shrimplets that are born in this tank. But now let me go ahead and do a water change, get these plants planted, and we will check back in after that is done. And looking over at the Fluval Spec 5 gallon, that one got a water change too. As you can see, little by little the algae is going away. But I mainly wanted to get this tank water changed out to prep it for some new arrivals that are going to be going in this tank, which we'll be finding out in a little bit for you and a couple days for me. They'll be coming in later this week. And I also wanted to show you guys a little experiment I've been running in this tank too. In the back filter section, I've kind of been playing with a little bit of riparian type growth. You can see I have this vine that came out of the paludarium in there, along with this peace lily back here. But right in the middle, I'm experimenting with growing some hydroponic lettuce there. It was just kind of the leftover base piece from some lettuce I had purchased at the grocery store. I'd seen a few pictures and videos of people regrowing it just in pots or regular water, and I figured I'd give it a hydroponic try. And I kid you not, in the course of about a week, this went from just a nub to this about 4 to 5 inch plant. So I think this little experiment is working out fine. I'll keep an eye on it. If I start seeing any rotting or anything, I will pull it out and plant it in some soil. It is starting to get some roots on there, so it shouldn't have an issue transitioning. But for the time being, I'm just gonna leave it in there and see how it goes. All right, everyone, so it is now a couple of days later. The plants that I planted in the 8-gallon cobalt tank are perking back up. I'm seeing a lot of new growth on the hydrocotyl. But that's pretty much it for that. I want to bring you guys over now to the 5-gallon Fluval Spec because the new fish are in. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these guys out of the bag and we'll take a look at what I got.
And here we go.
So the new fish I got for this tank are Heterandria formosa, or the least killifish, which are a native to the southeastern United States. And I also got a couple more swamp darters. Ever since I found my first swamp darter and have been keeping him, it has really just piqued my interest in keeping native fish a little bit more. But being that I'm limited with space, I'm not going to have something large like a big sunfish or bass or anything like that. So I went to looking at nano species of native fish, and there are quite a few out there. It was a difficult decision. It was either going to be these guys or some of the dwarf sunfish like the Okefenokee sunfish. But in the end, I decided I would go with Heterandria formosa. So eventually they are going to be released into the tank. For now, I have them in a breeder box in there, just so I can keep a close eye on everybody, make sure everyone's eating well, that I don't see any illness. Usually I would quarantine fish in a separate tank, but being that I only had the one swamp darter in here, I decided I would just go ahead and put them into the 5-gallon. And it's easy enough to medicate if I have to. So I should mention I got these guys from Sac Systems Aquaculture, which is located in St. Augustine, Florida. So they shipped them over from there. If you guys are interested in keeping any native type fish, especially darters or pygmy sunfish, or even Heterandria formosa, definitely check them out. They have a pretty good selection of native fish, and basing just off of the stock that I got, they are definitely doing an awesome job raising them. All right, everyone. Well, if you couldn't already tell, I'm absolutely excited to have these fish in this tank. Absolutely excited to finally have this tank stocked out a little bit more, and just absolutely excited in general. Have I said excited enough? I'm not sure if I have. But as always, everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe for more, comment down below, and as always, I will see you in the next video.